Right now, as you watch this, something in space is watching back. Scientists found it 3 months ago. They're not telling you what it is yet, but by the end of this video, you'll understand why some astronomers have stopped sleeping at night. Let's begin. Space isn't empty. It's filled with things that shouldn't exist, things that break every rule we thought was unbreakable. And we're not talking about theories or possibilities anymore. These discoveries are confirmed. They're real. They're out there, and some of them are closer than you think. What you're about to see will change how you look at the night sky, because once you know what's hiding in the darkness, you can't unknow it. This is number 10. The corpse stars that refuse to die. In 2013, astronomers found something that made them question everything they thought they knew about death. Not human death, stellar death. They discovered stars that had already died, exploded, ceased to exist, except they didn't. These are called zombie stars, and that name isn't metaphorical. These stellar corpses underwent supernovas, explosions so violent they outshine entire galaxies, the kind of cosmic death that should erase a star from existence completely. But somehow, impossibly, part of the star survived. Imagine dying in a nuclear explosion, but your heart keeps beating. That's what we're witnessing in space. Type 1a IX supernova remnants, stars that exploded but refused to completely vanish. The stellar core remains intact, still burning, still shining, as if mocking the fundamental laws of physics. Here's what keeps astronomers awake. This isn't rare. Up to 30% of what we classified as total stellar deaths might actually be these partial explosions. For decades, we've been looking at the cosmos and getting it wrong. Our own sun will become a white dwarf someday. Could it experience this? Could it detonate but survive, becoming one of these cosmic undead, burning in our solar system long after it should have gone dark? The universe has found a loophole in death itself, and we have no idea what that means. Number 9. The invisible assassins wandering our galaxy. There's something moving through the Milky Way right now. Actually, millions of somethings, and if one of them gets too close to Earth, we won't see it coming until it's already too late. Rogue black holes. These aren't the massive black holes sitting peacefully at galaxy centers. These are stellar corpses that got kicked out of their homes, now wandering through space at over 1.5 million kilometers per hour. That's fast enough to cross the distance from Earth to the Moon in 90 seconds. In 2022, astronomers detected one purely by accident. It crossed in front of a distant star, and for a brief moment, its gravity bent the starlight just enough to reveal its location. One accidental discovery in the entire Milky Way. Want to know the terrifying part? Astronomers estimate there are 100 million of these invisible predators drifting through our galaxy alone. You can't see them. They emit zero light, no glow, no heat signature, no radiation to detect, just pure gravitational destruction moving silently through the cosmic darkness. A rogue black hole could be heading toward our solar system right now, and we wouldn't know until it started disrupting planetary orbits. It doesn't need to hit Earth directly. Just passing through the outer solar system would destabilize everything, flinging comets and asteroids toward the inner planets like cosmic bullets. How many are in our neighborhood? How close is the nearest one? We don't know, and that's exactly what makes them so terrifying. Number 8. Your galaxy is a serial killer. The Milky Way, the beautiful spiral galaxy we call home, is actively eating other galaxies right now. This isn't ancient history. It's happening as you watch this video. Our galaxy is tearing apart the Sagittarius dwarf elliptical galaxy, consuming it piece by piece in an act of cosmic cannibalism that's been ongoing for hundreds of millions of years. You can see the evidence in the night sky. Long streams of stars called the Helmi Stream and Virgo Stellar Stream. These are the remains of galaxies our Milky Way devoured long ago, stellar graveyards stretching across space. Astronomers can identify these victim stars by their chemical signatures. They weren't born here. They're immigrants from cosmic bodies that no longer exist, now scattered across our galaxy like refugees from a cosmic genocide. Here's where it gets personal.
Stars from the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy could be within 50,000 light-years of our solar system. If those stars hosted civilizations, advanced beings with technology, culture, hopes, dreams, their remnants are drifting through our cosmic neighborhood right now. Think about that. The ruins of alien civilizations could be floating past us in space, and we would have no idea. Their probes, their signals, their final messages, all consumed and scattered by our galaxy's endless hunger. And it won't stop. In 4.5 billion years, the Milky Way will collide with Andromeda in a galactic merger so violent it will fling star systems into the void and crush others together in cosmic pileups. Our entire galaxy, everything humanity has ever known, is built from the corpses of countless others, and someday we'll be part of something bigger, more dominant, that bears no resemblance to the home we knew. Number 7. The Sun's hidden weapon. Our Sun seems stable, predictable, safe. It's been providing light and warmth for 4.6 billion years without incident. But in 2012, scientists found evidence hidden in ancient tree rings that changed everything. Around 774 CE, Earth was struck by a solar event at least 20 times more powerful than anything recorded in modern history, a solar superflare. These aren't the normal solar flares we monitor. These are apocalyptic explosions, releasing energy equivalent to billions of hydrogen bombs detonating simultaneously. And research shows they happen roughly once every 1,000 years. Here's the nightmare scenario. The radiation from a superflare would strip away portions of our atmosphere. The electromagnetic pulse would destroy every electronic device on the planet's facing side instantly. Satellites would go dark, power grids would explode, astronauts in space would receive lethal radiation doses within minutes. Our technological civilization has never experienced one. We had a close call in 2012 when a coronal mass ejection comparable to the 1859 Carrington event, which set telegraph papers on fire and allowed operators to send messages with unplugged equipment, passed through Earth's orbit just 1 week after we had been in that exact position. 1 week, that's how close we came to a technological dark age. Stellar observations show that stars like our own Sun can produce flares 10,000 times more powerful than anything we've witnessed in the modern era. Analysis of ice cores and tree rings suggest Earth gets hit by moderately extreme solar events every 500 years and catastrophic ones every millennium. We're overdue. And when it happens, we'll have about 8 minutes warning from the time the flare leaves the Sun to when it reaches Earth. 8 minutes to save what we can of our technological world. The question isn't if, it's when. Number 6. The planet that shouldn't exist. In 2020, astronomers discovered a planet orbiting a star called TOI 849. Nothing unusual about that. We found thousands of exoplanets, except TOI 849b is orbiting inside its star. Not literally inside, but so close that it completes a full orbit in just 18 hours. The surface temperature exceeds 1,500 degrees Celsius. The stellar radiation is so intense it should have vaporized this planet billions of years ago, but it's still there. Here's what makes this truly unsettling. TOI 849b is the exposed core of what once was a gas giant larger than Jupiter. Something catastrophic happened to this planet. Either it migrated inward and got shredded by stellar radiation, or it collided with another planet in a cosmic demolition derby, so violent it stripped away the entire gaseous envelope. What remains is a Neptune-sized chunk of rock and metal, glowing white-hot as it races around its star in eternal torment. Scientists call these Chthonian planets, named after the Greek underworld, planetary corpses still technically alive but existing in conditions that represent cosmic hell. And here's the disturbing implication. If planets can migrate, if they can be stripped and destroyed and left as burning cores, what's to stop it from happening here? What catastrophic event could send Jupiter spiraling toward the Sun, destabilizing every planet in the solar system on its death march? TOI 849b is a warning, a monument to planetary mortality, proof that even worlds can die horrible, protracted deaths. Number 5. The stars that blink. In 2015, astronomer Tabitha Boyajian discovered something that made headlines worldwide. A star called KIC 842-62852 was dimming in ways that didn't make any sense. Most stars dim predictably when planets pass in front of them, but this star was dimming irregularly, sometimes by up to 22%, in patterns that defied every natural explanation. The internet exploded with speculation: alien megastructures, a Dyson sphere under construction, evidence of advanced civilization harvesting stellar energy. Then it happened again and again. Other stars showed similar behavior. What astronomers thought was unique to Tabby's star turned out to be more common than anyone expected.
But here's what they're not telling you. We still don't fully understand the mechanism. Some of these dimming events remain unexplained. And every time we detect irregular stellar dimming, there's that brief moment where we have to ask, is this natural? Or is something out there building something so massive it blocks out starlight? We found dozens of these stars now. Dozens of cosmic mysteries blinking in the darkness, each one a question we can't definitively answer. What if just one of them, just one, turns out to be artificial? Number 4. The Howl from the Void. In 1997, underwater microphones in the Pacific Ocean picked up a sound so loud, so strange, it was detected across the entire ocean basin. They called it the bloop. The frequency profile suggested a living creature, but the sound was far too loud to be produced by any known animal. It would require a creature vastly larger than a blue whale, something that shouldn't exist in our oceans. For years, it remained unexplained. Then, in 2005, scientists determined it was likely caused by ice quakes, massive icebergs cracking and fracturing. Case closed, right? Except, in 2012, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft detected something eerily similar in the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's influence ends and interstellar space begins. A low-frequency emission, pulsing, regular, unexplained. They're calling it cosmic background noise, but the pattern has structure. It repeats, and we have no confirmed source. Something in the space between stars is making noise. Whether it's natural plasma oscillations or something else entirely, we're listening to sounds from the void that we don't understand. And it's reaching us from the boundary of our solar system, where the sun's light fades and true interstellar darkness begins. Number 3. The object that wasn't supposed to be there. In October 2017, astronomers detected an object passing through our solar system unlike anything we'd ever seen. They named it ʻOumuamua, Hawaiian for scout. It was moving wrong, tumbling strangely, shaped like nothing we'd encountered before, elongated, almost cigar-like, with proportions that don't match any known asteroid or comet. Then it did something that made scientists pause. It accelerated. Not from a visible comet tail, not from gravitational forces. It just sped up, like something was pushing it, or like something turned on. The scientific explanation is outgassing, frozen gases sublimating and creating thrust. But ʻOumuamua showed no comet tail, no debris cloud, nothing that would explain the acceleration. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb proposed what many were thinking, but few would say publicly. It could be artificial, a probe from another civilization, damaged and tumbling through space, its propulsion system still partially functional. The scientific community pushed back hard, too speculative, too sensational. But here's what nobody disputes. ʻOumuamua's trajectory originated from the direction of Vega, a star 25 light-years away. It traveled through interstellar space for potentially millions of years before passing through our solar system. And it's gone now. By the time we realized how unusual it was, it had already left, disappearing back into the cosmic dark from which it came. We had one chance to study it properly. We missed it. What was it? We'll never know for certain. Number 2. The galaxy that's watching us. In 2019, astronomers discovered something unprecedented in a galaxy 500 million light-years away. Not a black hole, not a supernova. A repeating fast radio burst, FRB 120112, that pulses in a regular 157-day cycle.
Fast radio bursts are millisecond-long explosions of radio energy that release more power than the sun produces in days. Most happen once and never repeat, but FRB 120112 keeps pulsing, on schedule. Natural explanations exist: neutron stars, magnetars, cosmic collisions, but the regularity is haunting. It's too precise, too consistent. And here's the part that keeps astronomers up at night. The signal is aimed, beamed, directed toward Earth with precision that seems almost intentional. We're receiving a message from 500 million light-years away. Whether it's natural or artificial, we can't yet determine. But something in that distant galaxy is sending energy bursts toward our exact location in space, over and over, like clockwork. What happens when we finally decode it? What if it's not random? What if it's instructions or warning? The signal continues. We're still listening. Number 1. The thing behind the universe. In 2008, astrophysicist Alexander Kashlinsky discovered something that shouldn't exist according to our understanding of cosmology. Galaxy clusters, hundreds of them, all moving in the same direction, not with the expansion of the universe, but against it, being pulled by something massive beyond what we can see. They called it dark flow. These clusters are moving at 1,000 kilometers per second toward a point near the constellation Centaurus, towards something beyond the observable universe, beyond the cosmic horizon where light itself can't reach us. Think about that. Something so massive, so powerful, that it's pulling hundreds of galaxy clusters across billions of light years, overriding the expansion of the universe itself. Some scientists believe it's evidence of other universes, adjacent realities whose gravitational influence is bleeding into our own. Others suggest our universe is far larger than we can observe, with structures beyond the cosmic horizon that dwarf everything we can see. But here's the existential horror. Our entire observable universe, 93 billion light-years in diameter, containing hundreds of billions of galaxies, all of it might be nothing more than a tiny bubble in something vastly, incomprehensibly larger. Everything we've ever known, every star, every galaxy, every law of physics we've discovered, all of it might be local, limited, a tiny set of rules that apply only in our cosmic neighborhood. And something beyond that boundary is reaching in, pulling, drawing everything we can see towards something we can't. What's out there? What's pulling us? Where are we going? We don't know. And the most terrifying part, we might never know, because it exists beyond the fundamental limit of what we can observe. We're being pulled towards something infinite, something beyond comprehension, and we're powerless to resist. These aren't theories. These aren't science fiction stories. These are confirmed discoveries that challenge everything we thought we understood about reality. Space isn't empty. It's filled with wonders and horrors we're only beginning to comprehend. And every new discovery raises the same question: what else is out there that we haven't found yet? If this changed how you see the universe, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. The cosmos has more secrets to reveal.